Coronavirus case numbers are dropping. That's good news, but the experts worry that the upcoming spring break travel will create new super spreader events, just like the one last year. That was not good news. Florida is one of the top destinations for spring breakers. We know that. Manuel Bojorquez shows us how officials in South Florida are struggling to prepare for potentially very large crowds.
The sun and sand of South Beach is synonymous with spring break. But for thrill seekers who get out of control, Miami Beach Mayor Dan Gelber has a warning.
If you're coming here to go crazy, go somewhere else, you're going to be arrested.
He's hoping to avoid scenes like these from last year's spring break.
I get corona. At the end of the day, I'm not going to let it stop me from partying.
That helped seed South Florida with COVID last spring. The city has stepped up its police presence, banned open alcohol containers, and set capacity limits on its most popular beaches. But statewide rules prevent Gelber from enforcing a mask mandate or capacity limits on most businesses.
Do you really think that your restrictions for spring break will make a difference, or is it trying to hold back a tidal wave with a Dixie cup?
Listen, I don't know, but you got to do what you can do. We're not going to eliminate risk. We're simply going to try to manage it with the tools we have.
One of those tools is a midnight curfew, which means South Beach isn't exactly what tourists like Lauren Gibbons expected.
Because we wanted to go out to bars and, have a good time, because it's South Beach, it's Miami. Nobody wants to be done at 12 midnight, so it was a bummer, but I'm still having a blast.
That's what businesses here are hoping for, customers comfortable with the new normal.
Our goal is keep you safe and give you a good time.
So you're not letting things be the wild, wild west out here?
Far from it.
Mohan Koka is the general manager of the Kimpton Surf Comer Hotel. He says hotels and restaurants depend on this season for profit. But after the virus devastated the industry last year, they're not looking for another lockdown.
I believe that from what we have done, people can be safe, but there is always an individual responsibility. This is a two-way street.
It's a tricky balance to strike, according to Stephen Saywitz. He's the chief operating officer at Joe's Stone Crab, a Miami institution.
We're in the people-pleasing business. We're in the yes business. Now we're in the proctoring kind of business. But the truth is we're in a pandemic.
Thank you. Joe's has been in Saywitz's family for over 100 years. He says when the shutdown happened last year, he wasn't sure they'd make it. But he says protecting the public is just good business.
I thought this was possible. I said, who's going to walk into an empty restaurant? I thought they wanted the crowd. I never thought that it would take like it has, and it's been very positive. I mean, this is a matter of life and death, so we just have to take the proper precautions.
Hotel bookings are already estimated to be 20% higher this March than they were last year before the virus took off. The mayor says he's definitely concerned about the potential for a super spreader event, and not just concerned about what tourists could be taking home, but what they could be bringing in and leaving here. Tony?
It's a good point, Manny. Thank you very much.